On the first part of my video, the insane world of abstract indie games that I should definitively give a check, I talk about how games are the type of media with the most potential of making us immerse in a universe. And that indeed is true. But another subject that would be also very cool to talk about is how art in general doesn't need a lot of elements to transmit a message or feelings in general. Using just one of our senses, they can sometimes even equally pass to you what thousands and thousands of detailing and thinking could. I'm of course mainly talking about music. So in this video, let's understand the bizarre world of abstract music. And this will be very interesting. Hello, it's me again. And welcome to the first part 2 on this channel. Kinda, if you don't count the recreating things from the indie game series, but let's not consider that. This was probably the last video I expected to get fucking 700 views, but it did and I'm not complaining. But now seriously, thanks for all the feedback you guys have gave me, it really means a lot to me. So since I'm a fucking mercenary and love money and bitches, I decided to make a continuation on that video. You don't really need to watch it to understand this one, they were completely on their own, but if you like this one, before giving a like and a comment, consider checking it out. And if you enjoy my channel as a whole, consider even subscribing. Now seriously, don't just ignore this as a generic YouTuber warning. I'm a beginner channel and every little kind of help you can give me really makes a difference. I separated some really cool stuff to talk about today, so watch until the end cause I'll sure you enjoy it. Or at least, partially sure. So now, let's do it. Now listen, this is a subject that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but never really Oh my fucking god. Now listen, this is a subject that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but never really found the opportunity since my channel is pretty much about games. I've been wanting to talk about other stuff too, and I think this is a good way to introduce it. I'm stupid and forgot to record the first part of the next sentence, so here it goes. Today I'll talk about Lauren Bousfield. That is, with no exaggeration, a fucking genius. She, through her music, manages to pass way more feeling than a lot of technically complex other pieces of art. It's simply mind-blowing. One of the greatest examples of that, and one of my personal favorites albums by her, is definitively Attention Shoppers. This album is full of intense bangers with even metal or rocky elements, like the Glass Ceiling Cabaret, or even Lost in Bonnerland. But also with other way more ambient and experimental songs that make you truly dive into a different place, immersing you in an experience. A lot of Lauren's songs manages to make you create a lot of visions, environments, and situations purely by listening to them. Just a song alone by her could truly make you feel a whole experience. And I think the song Song for Dead Mouse and their surrounding communities is a great example of that. It starts with a very melodic and soft yet a little noisy instrument, building up this very beautiful melody that slowly gets more and more intense, until it finally explodes in this very electronic and agitated part. And it keeps growing and switching, feeling almost like a complete story. Another extremely interesting song is In Iceless from the album From Rotting Fantasylands. That also has a ton of bangers. One of the main scenarios I can imagine with this song are definitively colonizers. But the song that is definitively the biggest case of a story or scenario being told is definitively Sprawling Idiot Effigy. That is a fucking terrifying song. It starts very quiet with some percussion until this sample is introduced. And the music finally explodes with this kind of bizarre chant. Until this very weird noise starts, and to be honest, I think this is the scariest part of the song. Going a bit further on the future, I mean, compared to the previous stuff I talk about, because Avalon Veils, that is the album I'll talk about right now, is fucking 7 years old, I think Avalon Veils is a more mature and polished version of Lauren's previous works. They here are way more technical, and even more melodic, at least compared to Neurotheat Designer, that is the musical project I was talking about. My personal favorite song on it is definitively Rive Run Humbling Allegory, that I don't really know how to pronunciate. The second track on it, that I don't really know how to explain, you just gotta listen to understand. Crack Night is another track from this record that is really unique. It starts with this extremely bizarre and distorted intro, with a lot of noise and very weird feelings. But that, as usual, descends into complete madness. And on the Crack Night music video that is also kinda weird, we can notice a lot of Lauren's musical skill, mainly on the sections where we can see her playing the keyboard. Like it's really fast. I'm personally a very big fan of her work, and the way her music portrays her feelings and multiple different subjects is just really different from anything I ever saw, and it's all just really good. But now, another artist that I'd really like to talk about here is definitively Slipknot. Hello?
Anybody here say Slipknot?
Who the fuck are you?
Hey dudes, it is I. They call me the 1 Cent Wonder. I made that one video you probably didn't see. And I figured I'd just break in and sabotage this smaller channel's video just so I can keep talking about one of my favorite bands. Now Slipknot are no strangers to experimenting with their sound. A very recent example of that probably being their song Adderall. However, the earlier days of the band were interesting to say the least. Before getting signed to Roadrunner Records, the band independently put out a 9-track album called Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat, and to say this album is strange is an understatement. If you heard their self-titled album, you might be familiar with a song called Tattered and Torn. Well, MFKR's more metal tracks are like if you took that song and just made it an album. It's when you get to Do Nothing / Bitch Slap where you just kind of think, how the hell is this Slipknot? This track has fucking jazzy disco shit going on. Like it'll switch from your typical mid-90s metal to this? The song Confessions has a similar thing going on, except it's for the whole song. The singer on this album, Anders Colsafini, also mixes in some of his white boy nu metal rapping over the disco track. Apparently they made these tracks to stand out from the other metal bands at the time, and that's definitely one way to do it. They're a complete far cry from what... Far cry? Did I ever tell you about the definition of insanity? They're a complete far... Fuck. They're a complete far cry of what Slipknot is now, but they're both really catchy and are the standout tracks of the album. Now when it comes to the self-titled album, Scissor stands out as being very different. The song is very uncomfortable. I mean, how could it not when it's about suicide and self-harm? It doesn't really follow a song structure. It more so has parts to it that each feel like its own song. Oh, that's my alarm. That means I gotta go get pizza real quick. I'll be right back. The song almost sounds like an improvised jam that they happen to record. Apparently Corey Taylor improvised the last third of the song, which definitely adds to the psychotic nature of it. Corey also sounds fucking crazy, like even crazier than usual for this album. This is what I'd imagine pure agony to sound like in music form. The way all he can scream, "Fighting the time until the time is right," during the bridge kind of shows the mental state of the narrator in this song. They would later try to push this psycho shit up to the next level on their next album with the title track, Iowa. This song is scissors on fucking crack. It's very slow and atmospheric for the most part, but the atmosphere they set for the song might as well be hell itself. It's a 15-minute behemoth of a song from the perspective of someone who murdered a woman because he loved her. The most prominent instruments through most of it are the beating of the drums, Paul Gray's bass, and like 4 notes on the guitars. It's around the 9-minute mark where the song gets even darker and heavier. And that bit about Corey sounding crazy on Scissors? Yeah, I think he's actually fucking insane here. While recording the song, Corey got completely naked, started cutting himself up, and vomiting on himself just for a song. That's dedication on a whole other level just to make a song absolutely twisted. It just goes to show that Slipknot are willing to go as far as possible to experiment with the absolute evil of the song's subject matter. And All Hope Is Gone is where the band experimented with selling out, where the band where they sucked ass. They fucking sucked ass! No, they didn't. They were alright. I think that's everything.
You get the fuck out of my house!
Oh shit.
Alright, so this was weird. Okay, I think this is pretty much what I have to talk about on this subject. I mean, we had, I guess. You see what I have right here? Japanese baby. And if you don't subscribe, give a like and a comment, and of course check the other videos on my channel and subscribe. I'll fucking murder him! You seen this? Japanese baby will die. I will kill him. Now! So check 1 Cent Wonder content too, because it's a very good channel. I actually watch it. So now, goodbye.
I'm just gonna send you this raw file. I hope it doesn't bother you. I might say some weird things. Maybe you could put it as like content. This is content here. You could use this. I give full permission to use this as content. It's a 15 bitches in my car. I'm driving them around in my car. I crashed my car. I'm dead in the car. No bitches. Shit. Shit. Oh shit. The fuck. The shit.